The English diction has so many words to describe how we feel, but it still doesn't have enough to describe them all. It's not helpless, but you feel helpless when you're trying to help someone and they don't want to be helped.
My goal with all these songs is how can you make every section unique?
It's the phrasing of which we're choosing to say it changes everything.
My job is to make sure that the vocalist in the song is the most important thing.
Oh my gosh, y'all are gonna love it.
Celeste, thanks for being here and breaking down your song.
Heck yeah.
I wanted to start by listening to the demo, just to give us a feeling of where this song came from and then have you explain, but let's just jump in and listen.
Sang to the willows and they sang back to me. Danced in the winds of sweet harmony. I heard her weeping behind closed doors and I said, Willow, I won't let them hurt you anymore. Till death, sweet Willow, you're all that I know. Don't let me go. Till death, sweet Willow, better than bone, I'll carry you home. I sang to the flowers, they took my voice. We couldn't get away, we had no choice. I'm begging you, sweetly, you don't understand. I gave my heart to the willows and my soul to the man. Till death, sweet Willow, you're all that I know. Don't let me go. Till death, sweet Willow, better than bone, I'll carry you home.
So what do you think about when you hear that?
I think,
That's great.
good Lord, get a pick.
You can play with your fingers? Yeah, that's
Oh
awesome.
my goodness.
The bones are all there for a great song. And
Yeah.
like, the emotion is right. There's just good energy.
I like how even from the beginning there was kind of the keeping it mezzo piano to pianissimo in the two verses and then the forte when it hits the chorus. I love it when songs do that because it's like a second hook.
Yeah, it does dynamically kind of build over time, which is super nice. Like the verses are real chill. And I love like that whole, acoustic kind of the picking
Yeah.
thing. Was that just like
I didn't know how to finger pick.
Yeah. Did it start from a musical idea? Did it start from a lyrical idea? Like, was there a track inspiration? How did it start?
I think it was just like one of those things where you kind of wake up in the middle of the night and you have like a fully formed kind of thing in your head. And it wasn't like the chorus or anything, but the verse, which is why I was like, well, I guess I need to learn to finger pick because I kept hearing that little thing in my head and I didn't know what it was. And so then I was like, well, fake it till you make it. So I just was kind of plucking around trying to get it to sound how it sounded in my head until it sounded close enough. And then it just started to flesh out from there. I think most songs, you don't know what it's about until you sit and look at it all. Because it's like songwriting is one of the ways where you can say exactly what you're thinking without fully processing it in thought.
Yeah, so it's kind of tied up into a feeling or an emotion that you're trying to figure out how to get. And then probably in that journey, the words start to come and then you start to piece the puzzle together.
Right, the English diction has so many words to describe how we feel, but it still doesn't have enough to describe them all.
What would you say if someone said, what is the song about? Like, what are you kind of getting at here?
I think really what Willow is about sisterhood and that feeling of like, it's not helpless, but you feel helpless when you're trying to help someone and they don't want to be helped. Because you can't save someone who doesn't want to be saved.
Yeah, that's cool. When I heard this demo, I was like, man, the bones are there. It is the first thing that I always think about with songs. It's like, before we put any type of, guitars or drums or any type of production on a song, it's like the very foundation of it is always the structure of the song. It's always, is the verse there? Is the chorus there? Do we have a bridge? Do we have a musical break? And when I heard this song, I was like, clearly the verse is there, clearly the chorus is there, loved everything about it. The thing that was inspiring to me was the whole up-picking thing that you did.
Sang to the willows.
So we thought, why don't we just open the track with, let's get our guitars in here. Where we kind of like ramped into it a little bit and just, and what I'm doing here is I have one acoustic kind of pan to the left, one mic, and then another mic kind of pan to the right. So we have two, not mics actually, they're guitar takes. So you kind of get this stereo kind of effect. We talk about like not lingering too long on an intro because, you know, in our modern world, a lot of people, you know, the thing that's most important is the vocals, right? And getting to that. So a lot of times just like cut the intros down and make them super tight. And I think it's the right call for the song. It's like one measure of just that cool picking, and then it's like right into the song. Let's listen through the final stage. So what people will hear in this section is everything, kind of make sure that everything, this is the production phase. So when we're making a song, there's 3 phases. There's the production phase where we're building out ideas, trying to be creative with, you know, fine sounds and stuff. And then we're recording your vocals. You can see here that we're muting things that we don't think are necessary, kind of making those decisions. The grayed out sections here are muted sections. A lot of this stuff with the lines on it, those are MIDI, so it's just like sounds inside the computer that we found. And then all of this stuff with the audio is like real instruments, so bass guitar. We have drums up here at the top, and then we have all vocal stuff up here. So let's just play from the top and just see where we are.
I sang to the willows and they sang back to me. We danced in the winds of sweet harmony. I heard a weeping behind closed doors, and I said, Willow, I won't let them hurt you anymore. Shield us, sweet willow, you're all that I know. Don't let me go. Shield us, sweet willow, better the bow, I'll carry you home. I saw the moon rising to block out the sun. Sunlight feels barren, moonlight's more fun. We ran to the backyard, we jumped from the stars. Willow, run away with me, we'll make it far. Shield us, sweet willow, you're all that I know. Don't let me go. Shield us, sweet willow, better the bow, I'll carry you home. They stole her flowers, they took my voice. We couldn't get away, we had no choice. I'm begging you, sweetly, you don't understand. I gave my heart to the willows and my soul to the
That was a jam.
That was pretty good. If we say so ourselves.
Wow. I mean, yeah. When you hear that back, what do you think about?
Gosh, it just like, I remember that this song was like hard to get vocally. I think it took us like 2 vocal sessions. Partially because of that bridge part, but mainly because of how quiet it gets. Because singing quiet is a lot harder than singing loud.
Correct. It is a skill of like singing on a mic, and when it's like more intimate, you know, you're a little closer, and then when it's like your full voice, it's full back, it's like that way that you work with the microphone is really important. I think you've done a good job over time with that, and you can kind of see like how, you know, intimate this like verse is.
I sang to the willows and they sang back to me. We danced in the winds of sweet harmony.
It's so soft, but you can just feel that emotion from your singing. And I think that's really important too. You do such a great job of bringing the foundation of, you know, what we're looking for when it comes to a good song. But I think like the combination of like the keys work that I program in, and then all the things that are like kind of ear candy, where it just
it starts to flesh it out into being something that is, instead of just a good song, now it has the melodic underlicks and whatnot to be a great song.
And I think a lot of our vibe musically tends to end up being acoustic guitar with some piano accompaniment.
Right.
And I think that combination, and you can even hear like in this first chorus, here's the guitar with the piano stuff. It's such a cool chord there. I'm trying to think exactly.
It feels unresolved.
Yeah. It does. It's like out of the box, and it's just like, it perks your ear like, oh, I didn't expect that chord to happen.
Yeah, like you're like, where are we going with?
It adds some really great tension there. And my goal with all these songs is, how can you make every section unique? We've already done a verse, but now that we're in verse 2, it's like, okay, what can we do to kind of spice things up a little bit?
Right.
And the main thing that we kind of ended up doing was, you can tell on the first verse, here's the guitar. So it's holding that chord. And then on verse 2, we kind of are changing chords a little bit. It's moving and it's interesting, you know.
Right.
So I kind of think that small little tweak helped us a lot make verse 2 kind of feel really good. And then you notice, like, check this out, like this blue line is the level of reverb that's getting sent to your voice, but right after the chorus, it just completely
it's just dry.
goes.
I saw the moon rising to block out the sun. Sunlight feels barren, moonlight's more fun.
And when you have that dry vocal, it just becomes more intimate and more just like, you know, right.
And you don't expect it. It's like it feels like the vocal changes all of a sudden. Because it does a little bit.
Yeah. The other thing that I really think is cool is like the choruses are also developing, and you can hear, and kudos to, I don't know why I keep saying kudos, but
you're inching on closer to that birthday.
No. What I really like about kind of the way that we design songs, like your background vocals are so cool. And I think it's a little bit of an experimentation, because
it is.
I'm not necessarily like I'm not a singer. I'm not saying, hey, sing this third or sing this fifth. It's really just kind of like, okay, how can we be creative with trying to find parts that kind of accentuate what's going on? And there's a couple different things in here. And actually, like, first, like, check out this verse 2 whisper.
I saw the moon rising to block out the sun. Sunlight feels barren, moonlight's more fun.
Now, I've seen that online where people have done that, and that's kind of why I was like, let me try. Hey, what if you whisper behind this? And I don't think most people are going to necessarily hear that, but it's kind of like this texture that
Yeah, when it changes and all the reverb comes off and there's a whisper there, it feels like I am right up next to you.
And there's this plugin called Little Micro Shift, and what it does is it splits it, so it's like left and right. So it's kind of like this rear. Your lead vocals in the middle, and then these guys are like the whispers on the left and right, kind of being weird and ghostly. So it's kind of fun. Listen to these background vocals here. This background vocal transition getting into the chorus is really cool.
Willow, sweet willow.
Got some low vocals in there too.
This man Celeste.
Shield us, sweet willow.
It's really cool. For our production style, and typically, we have a couple guys that we like to work with in regards to drums and guitar work. And when it came to this song, we sent the song to Josh Masters. Josh is just, I think he's the best musician in the Houston area, and he'll often send us like 10 tracks, and it's like, okay, now we need to choose the best of this,
Which is hard because they're all good.
Exactly.
There's not a single bad one in there.
Exactly.
So then it's like, oh my gosh.
Exactly. And throughout the track, you'll hear like little ear candy things. Who thinks of that kind of stuff? It's just a vibe. But what we did is we wanted to give, some sort of a break in between, the bridge and then getting back to the chorus, where we feel like the chorus is what we're kind of leading up to. It's like we're trying to get to that chorus, and like that's where we want people to like arrive, you know?
Right.
So we got this guitar solo. Just so cool. One small thing that I like though is that we are giving a little bit of a vocal thing here in the middle of that.
And my soul to the man.
As a musician and as a songwriter, it's like my job is to make sure that the vocalist in the song is the most important thing. And I think a lot of times, even with small things like that, it's like, yes, we're having a guitar moment, but we're still like within the context of cool vocal stuff happening.
Right, yeah.
And we even do that here at the end as well. We kind of get to this jam outro, but then you have these gang vocals.
Better the bone, I'll carry you home.
And when you add that to like, if we just listen to the lead vocal on this final chorus.
Sweet willow, you're all that I know. Don't let me.
Like that's one thing, but then when you add all of these extra layers.
Sweet willow, you're all that I know. Don't let me go. Sweet willow, better the bone, I'll carry you.
So to me, it's like now we have like more of a three-dimensional
Right.
full voice thing happening here. And a lot of our strategy ends up being is we do one double in the middle, kind of lower in volume, and then we have another double fully pan left and another double fully pan right. And that gives us kind of this stereo picture. And then we oftentimes do accents. So here's some accents. And those just help. These are fun. I think we're like, hey, let's
Get a little musical theater there.
Yeah. We also had, I always think that Walter, our drummer guy, does a really good job of just jamming out. A lot of times his snare that we ask him to do is like this deeper kind of tubby snare. Really cool. Let's play that with the bass, which is my jam. And the bass is kind of a combination of a real live bass. And then we have a synth bass kind of taking a more low end. And then the combination of the two. Just adds a little bit of body there. And then, yeah, we have a lot of ear candy things happening, some real strings particularly. I think one of the things that I kind of come back to a lot of times is string sounds that over time, they're really just trying to give us a texture and heighten the emotion. And that's why I love strings, because they do that. And a lot of times, like even this expressive strings, there's a couple of string plugins that I really gravitate to a lot of times that kind of give you that realistic sound. They don't necessarily need to be, they're not a featured instrument as an example, but It's just kind of in the background and just
it makes it sound fuller.
I love what you did going into the solo section vocally, by the way, because in the demo you went down.
Yeah, but then we always end up with a high note.
It's almost like it's not a Celeste song if we don't have a high note here.
We always have like if Josh and Celeste did the song, there's always a high note, and there's always like something. There has to be like either it's drums or guitar that kind of has like a moment.
Yeah.
We always have those two things.
Totally. Let's check it out here. Let me show people.
In my soul to the pain.
So cool. And then we have this going into the chorus, which I love.
Oh yeah, the big one.
Love it. I love the fact that it takes us on such a journey. I think
Yeah.
that's when I listen to the song, it's like...
It's a storytelling.
It's a story, yeah, it's like...
It's more like a fable because it doesn't feel like it's like, obviously the inspiration is real and the feeling's real. But I think in like pop music and even country music, we're so used to right now it being like almost like a name calling thing. Like it's like where you get right in and it's like blank did this, 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 and it's almost like a diary, but this feels like, at least the goal that I had going into it was that it was very much like a tortoise in the hare almost fable thing where you go into this other world for a moment with a suspension of disbelief. I mean, because in reality, I doubt there's like a little girl named Willow who lives like right next to a willow tree. If there is, that's awesome. But I don't know of it. But it's like that is like a fairy tale kind of thing almost.
Yeah. I do love the way that, and I mean, you can speak to your writing process, but you oftentimes write these concepts within the context of some sort of, think Fairy Fruit or these other songs that you've worked on. It's like you're writing inside of a visually interesting world, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's why I think what you do is interesting.
Songs I feel like are, have you ever been to Disney World or like one of those theme parks that are like, when I go to Disney World, a lot of that stuff started with a song, like Small World and all these other things, and even their movies. So when I'm trying to write a song, when I was really little, like gosh, I think I was like 7, my dad took us to Disney and we met with these Imagineers, the people who make the rides and stuff. We got to talk to them, and it was crazy how detailed they are. It's down to like what tile goes in what place. There's a hidden Mickey like right over there on the floor and stuff. And when I'm making my work, I try to write in a way where everything connects a little bit, everything moves. There are themes that go throughout things, because I think that just makes it so much more exciting as a listener for there to be things buried in each track that can have multiple meanings.
Yeah, so the listener can kind of take one thing and then another person could take another thing and just find
and
meaning.
write in a way where it can be for anyone. It's like for me personally, it's about girlhood and whatnot, but it's not that for everyone. Like, I've had a lot of guys listen to it and they take away their own thing because, you know, they're not a girl.
Yeah.
And so it's like just keeping it broad instead of saying it hurt when I couldn't help you, which follows the same thing. Say, I heard her weeping behind closed doors, and I said, Willow, I won't let them hurt you anymore. It's the phrasing of which we're choosing to say it changes everything. We're saying the same thing, but the English language has so many words, and it'll take like a lifetime to master how to use it in a way that is effective. You know, like when I hear people talk really slow, I'm kind of a fast talker, but some people talk really slow, I'm always like, gosh, they're taking so much time to, it used to annoy me when I was little, but now I'm like, they're taking time because they're making sure that they choose the right word.
They're being intentional with it, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think people are going to love this track. Give people the release date, because this is kind of like, if this comes out before it's released, it'll be like a sneak peek, but, you know, maybe after. But tell us about the release.
It's coming out May 1st, and oh my gosh, y'all are going to love it.
It's awesome. And if people want to check out your music,
Celeste Marie Wilson music.com.
Awesome. Well, thanks for taking the time. You're a killer. Perf.
Perf.
Peace out.